so much. I really want to thank the Arkansas Division SCV for inviting me to do this today. It really is quite an honor, and I thank you, Commander Honnold. Recently, I was working with the Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau creating an architectural tour and history tour of Little Rock. Our route took us around the state capitol. So I started researching the monuments that were here. I thought we needed to talk about each one of them. And in my research, I found that the Women's Confederate Monument would be 100 years old on May the 1st, 2013. And it was funded by the Arkansas Division United Confederate Veterans and the Arkansas State Legislature. Be careful what you bring to somebody's attention. I asked the SCV what they had planned. Then I was asked to speak on it, which I am honored to do. It really is an honor to be here today. On this tour that I created for the Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau, we talked about this wonderful state capitol, and it really is, I think, an honor to be inside the rotunda today, because just look around you and be sure to look at the bronze doors as you leave today. Those bronze doors are valued at $800,000. Just a little side note, I want you to know it. The Women's Confederate Monument is located on the southeast lawn of the Capitol grounds. The Confederate Veterans Monument are both wonderful memorials to our ancestors. Appropriately, both are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The General Federation of the United Confederate Veterans had inaugurated a movement in securing a monument at the capital of every southern state by the state divisions of the UCV as a memorial to the women of the Confederacy. And I quote, "Because of their patriotic devotion to the cause of the South, their sufferings and endurance of great hardships and privations during the Civil War period, 1861-1865. I'm proud to say that our monument here in Arkansas was the second such memorial to the women of the Confederacy, the first being erected in South Carolina in 1912. The Arkansas Division, UCV, made plans for the monument at its state annual reunion at Fort Smith in October of 1906. The committee collected stories of Arkansas women and compiled a book that they sold for 50 cents in paperback and $1 in cloth to raise money for the monument. Wouldn't you love to get your hands on one of those books now? Needing more funds, in 1911, they approached the Arkansas State Legislature for the purpose of erecting the monument, which led to the installation of the monument in 1913. In the public acts of Arkansas's legislative session of 1913, there appears Act 66, which was approved March the 3rd, 1911, an act to erect a monument to the women of the Confederacy in Arkansas during the Civil War period, 1861-1865. Act 66 appropriated the sum of $10,000 to erect a monument to the women of the Confederacy. It also granted permission for the erection on the grounds of the new state capitol site to be selected by the governor and the Committee of United Confederate Veterans of Arkansas. The governor at that time was George Washington Donaghy. He was our 22nd governor. The UCV Memorial Committee was composed of J.M. Lucy, V.Y. Cook, Charles Coffin, Dan W. Jones, Jonathan Kellogg, and James F. Smith. It was very fitting that James F. Smith was on this committee. His wife, Catherine Forney Smith, was the mother of the UDC in Arkansas, having organized the first Arkansas chapter of the UDC in Hope on March the 7th, 1896. She was elected the first Arkansas Division President and later became Vice President General. Some years following the death of her first husband, she married James F. Smith and moved to Little Rock, where I'm proud to say that she organized the General T.J. Churchill chapter in 1911, the same year that Act 66 was approved for this monument. So it is indeed an honor for the UDC to be represented here today. The UCV was to select a design, construct a pedestal, and erect a monument. The statue was designed by J. Otto Schweizer, born in Switzerland and immigrated to the United States in 1894. This monument is his only work of a Confederate theme and his only work in recognition of women. The wonderful design depicts an Arkansas woman with her children, a boy and a girl at her side, as they bid her husband goodbye as he joins the Confederate Army. This truly is an accurate reflection for Arkansas women during the Civil War. 3.54% of Arkansas's population were slave owners. Our ancestors were predominantly farmers, merchants, lumberjacks, and mill workers. These strong women were the ones that held the family together. They plowed the fields and they tended the storefronts in their husband's absence. And when the federal troops took her mule, she likely was the one that pulled the plow. It is an honor to every Arkansas woman, both past and present, that these women are recognized. I know we can't go out there today in this weather, but I want to read you what the bronze plaque says. And I don't know who wrote it, but it's beautifully written. To the Confederate women of Arkansas, 1861-1865, whose pious ministrations to our wounded soldiers soothed the last hours of those who died for the objects of their tenderest love, whose domestic labors contributed much to supply the wants of our defenders in the field, whose jealous faith in our cause shone a guiding star, undimmed by the darkest clouds of war, whose fortitude sustained them under all the privations to which they were subjected, and whose patriotism will teach their sons to emulate the deeds of their sires. And the last line reads, "This monument is erected by the state of Arkansas and the Confederate veterans." The monument was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1996. Today, on these grounds of the Arkansas State Capitol, we pay tribute to the United Confederate Veterans and the Arkansas State Legislature for their role in forever securing a place in history for the Confederate women of Arkansas. Since we can't go to the monument, may I do the dedication?
Yes.
Jenny, would you please join me? I ask Jenny Stone, Arkansas Division President, to please join me. Today, Saturday, March the 30th, in the year of our Lord, 2013, as the Arkansas Division Historian, United Daughters of the Confederacy, along with the Arkansas Division President, United Daughters of the Confederacy, Mrs. Jenny Stone, it is our honor to rededicate the Arkansas Confederate Women's Monument. May this wonderful tribute continue to pay homage to Arkansas Confederate women and our Confederate ancestors for another century. Thank you, and God bless.
It is indeed my high honor and privilege to present you with the Ladies' Appreciation Certificate from the National Organization and from the Arkansas Division.
Oh, thank you.
We request that you wear this medal proudly and remember this day forever. To their President, Jenny Stone, the same, a recognition from our organization and appreciation for the work that you've done and what you're about to do.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so proud to receive this. I see ladies wearing these all the time, and I keep thinking, one of these days. So today is the day. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.